We are back on the main street of Douglas in our Chaos Hills region. Douglas is one of our two cities on this map, where we built two cities on one map simultaneously, and this could have been easily the last episode of Chaos Hills. It's pretty busy already, but you know, there was a patch, and this is the last episode, by the way, before the update. Yeah, and the city was basically dead. I couldn't load in, but after a lot of help and a lot of try and error, I managed to get back. So this is by far not the last episode of Chaos Hills, but it's the last episode before the DLC, the Ports and Bridges DLC. So what we want to do today, we want to have a look at our services in Douglas, and we want to do some better connections to Douglas. So basically what we want to do today is grow Douglas. We want to build a higher density district. So not that high yet, but more or less medium, some medium important buildings. We want to connect it to our existing tram lines, so tram line 1 and 2. So we start by building a nice tram stop right here, and then we make our way towards this new block, which we just created, and see what we can do. And you know, it's a bit of a gritty city. Of course, we are rebuilding an American city, or we're creating our own American city better, but we want to do something special. I don't know if it's that special, but we want to do something interesting. We want to break the grid today, and I want to show you what happens when you break the grid. It creates such nice corners and spots. You can get very creative by just creating a diagonal road or something like this. So we start basically by choosing some different buildings to make it look interesting, from different styles, from North America to Netherlands to the Japanese pack. When we recolor them, it all comes together pretty good. And then we will see what we can do in terms of an interesting road. So there we go. We just create this diagonal road with some parking to make it even more interesting. And this is our grid breaker today, or one of our grid breakers. We will have another one later in this episode. And you can already see it creates some triangled spaces, and this is where we want to continue later in this video. And what I wanted to do is, since I think there will be a lot of pedestrian traffic from this new tram station to the rest of the city, to the rest of this new area which we just building, I think we could get away with a pedestrian overpass. So traffic is a little bit better here in this spot. And I looked up for some props I have in my inventory, and I found those nice assets, those stairs from Jay, and I think we can make it work by creating a path and an invisible path which aligns to those steps on this walkway. We just have to adjust the height. I think it's a little trial and error to make it work so the pedestrians cross in the correct height, so they don't flow or they are not too low. So we will try a little bit. I create some custom pillars right there, and I think this looks alright for a custom pedestrian bridge. I added some planters to make it look a little more interesting. And yeah, the last thing we have to do is lay out some invisible pedestrian path. So that's what we will do very carefully and hope for the best. And maybe I think we have to adjust those. We have to watch the pedestrians a little bit. While we wait for those, we can add a little park or two right there. There we go. And yeah, I think already I thought it's too high, so we have to redo the path, the pedestrian path a little bit. We have to be a little bit more careful right here. And this looks fine, I think. Anyway, if you like what you see, by the way, please give this video a like, and please subscribe to my channel as well. Would be so cool, guys. Thank you so much. So let's connect everything back and watch those guys, or watch this woman. It's okay. It's not perfect yet. I think I will adjust it off camera a little bit, and we will have a look later on. And now we're gonna start filling out those gaps we created with our diagonal road.
Meanwhile,
look at this. I figured it out. They're using it with the perfect height, with the almost perfect stairs. So we made it. We have our pedestrian bridge, our custom one. I hope you like it. I'm happy I could figure it out. And there we go. Now with our diagonal road, we created this nice triangle plaza space right here. So this is an advantage which you have when you do some grid breaking. You have some nice spaces where you can get creative, and that's what we want to do. I think I want to add a little commercial functional stand right here. So I put a commercial block underneath this stand prop, and it's connected to road, so hopefully some people will show up and it will look like they are grabbing some snacks here at this stand. Already a delivery and also comes out of there. All right, so let's add some seating right here, and then we go through this area. We will add some props and some decals, some details, and we will add a fake supermarket into the area, into this building right here. I think this looks like could be a shop, so I go in. I have Sully's GTA supermarket decals which I want to add in this building. Of course, some pillars are good. We will add some imperfections, some graffiti as well, some commercial stuff. Red Bull sponsor me. And now let's add the supermarket. Okay, so far so good. I think it looks fine. On the back side of the building, I think I want to add a supply entrance. So maybe we can add some props. So we can maybe add, I don't know, maybe a trailer or a van. We can maybe recolor them in a green color so it fits to the supermarket. Yeah, let's add a fence to separate this area from the pedestrian path. And look at this, it's pretty good usage here of pedestrian bridge. This is pretty cool to see. Okay, let's see. Are those decals fit on cars? No, they don't. All right. So we just recolor them to a nice green. And then we want to somehow create an invisible entrance to this area. So I don't want to get rid of parking completely. I just want to get rid of parking on a small area of this road. So we can achieve this by adding an invisible road. And look at this, nobody parks here in this area. We will add some decals, some no parking decals, so we clearly know this is the entrance to our supply entrance. This works pretty well with those invisible roads. People avoid parking there, so this is great. So you don't have to get rid of a whole segment of the road, get rid of parking there. So this is my small idea to achieve this. Anyway, we have this space left. We just go in, add some small containers and some dirt and stuff. That's just the garbage area of this quarter of the supermarket. I don't know. We can add a little bit of green space here since a lot of people walking from the pedestrian bridge. They are separating here in different directions. So I like to see this. We can add some homeless people here and there, which we always do in the city, because it's of course not a perfect city. And maybe a little something right here. And then I want to create a custom police station because we have some demand for police. And maybe we can add a custom one since it's a weird space. And I mean, I like weird spaces. As I said earlier, we can get creative with weird spaces all the time. So let's add a police block service. We can add those prison cell blocks, which I think look good. They look good, like a little bit of a police station. We can, of course, add some signage right here. Have a little bit of parking. And I think this is that's a nice police depot. It's functional. All the police cars are already doing their job, patrolling or whatever they do. Let's add some more details around it, and then we can maybe add a nice area for some basketball players here on this wall. So we have a lot of triangle spaces, and this is not the right size. We don't have a smaller street ball decal. I would like to have something like this. At least I don't know if it is somewhere on PDX mods. If yes, let me know. I would love to grab it. Anyway, let's add some detail here to this basketball area. And then I think we only have one space left, one triangle space left here on this road. So let's see what we can find for this last spot. Yeah, maybe just some greenery, just a tree and some bushes. And then we can maybe add some billboards here on this pedestrian bridge. I think this is a good idea. The cars driving towards it can see it, so this is maybe realistic. I don't know. And now we can add some crates to this pedestrian path since it's very wide, so we can make it look more beautiful with some trees. Now we go in with recolors so everything fits together a little bit better, and then we want to continue our ditch. Maybe if you follow along the series, you know we have a little bit of a ditch network around the city which appears here and there, and I think this is a cool space to continue this one. So with some greenery, those are Elgando's ditch networks. There are a lot of different variations. I chose this one, and yeah, we go along this district, add some bits and pieces here and there, some imperfections, some greenery, some trees and bushes, and this quarter comes alive pretty good, I think. Also this sunken train line, we can continue this pattern here with those horizontal pillars. And then I think it's time for another elementary school, since there are a little bit of some complaints about not enough elementary schools within a walking distance. So we create this elementary school where the custom football pitch or soccer pitch, however you want to call it. I call it football, by the way. We add it here next to the school. Add some dirt to it so you see it is getting used. This is fine. And then on the other side of school we add some parking, and we add some decals to the school as well to make it look a little bit more interesting, a little bit more colorful. And if you like seeing me detail, I do this on Twitch as well. Twitch.tv/chaosfun. Join me there if you want, and I have a Discord server if you want to get in touch with me. Would love to meet you there. Check it out. Links are in the description. Thank you. And there we go, the school is done. Just some nice decals here, some wall art made by Major Cheeks. You can grab those on PDX mods. And then I want to go in with another diagonal road, or this time it's a diagonal alleyway to be precise. And I want to add those low rental blocks. I think they're always needed in the city and they fit good here. They're not too high, they're a little bit higher to add some variation to this district. And of course we need some parking. So I fill those gaps with different parking spots. We can grab those custom ones. We can connect them by invisible roads. So the cars behave the way we want them to behave. And we can maybe add a charger station right there. Yeah, it's getting used as well. We add, of course, some dirt, as we always do. You know it. My most favorite decal is the huge dirt surface. And we can add those lines. So just to make it look a little bit more used, a little bit less perfect. And this is it for today. I hope you like my new district. And we see us back here in the next episode. And this will be episode 1 after the Bridges Porches DLC. Alright, have a good one. Have chaos fun. Bye bye.